Assalamu alaikum beta, welcome back. Today we're going to study another poem, that's Meeting Poets. This poem was authored by Eunice D'Souza. She's an Indian poet who died in 2007 in Kolkata. She's a poetess. In this poem, she wants to bring home the fact that one should not judge a person by his appearance, about what he wears, how he behaves, but always by the work he does. For example, one should not judge a poet by appearances, because appearances of the people may mislead you, believing wrongly in them. They may look shabby or behave strangely, but their poems may be great works of art. The poets may look shabby. They may not be dressed well. They may behave strangely to you. They may be cool. Sometimes they may seem insolent or strange or insensitive to you, but their poems are always the great works of art. We cannot therefore assess them only by their poems. The poem presents the confusion created in the minds of the readers by reading the works of poem with reference to profile and personalities. That means we must always read the poems of the poet to assess them, not to assess them or evaluate or judge them by the personality, by the appearances they have. The poem goes like this. Meeting poets, I am disconcerted sometimes. I'm confused. The poet says, Eunice D'Souza says that I'm confused. I'm confused when I meet the poets. She's confused. Why is she confused? By the color of their socks. What is she confused with? By? She's confused by the color of their socks. The color of their socks may sometimes very strange. The suspension of a wig. They sometimes wear a strange wig. It may give a strange look. They may look very strange. The wasp in the vase. Wasp is actually a stinging insect. It stings. And here the wasp is a metaphor of bitterness. Their voice may be sometimes bitter. They may not speak the way you would have liked them to speak to you. So, and an air sometimes of tightness. That means air. Air here doesn't mean air, the mass that surrounds our atmosphere, but it's actually air. The manner of behaving is so bad. It's sometimes of darkness. That means they may be cool. Whenever you may sometimes greet a poet, he may be very insensitive, cool. He may not respond to you at all. So that means the air, their behavior is cool. That means these things, their behavior, their voice, their wig, the color of their socks, this should not confuse you, or the poet is confused, but this should not be the parameter or the yardstick to evaluate or to judge the worth of a poet. Then what? Why to meet these poets? How to judge them? How to evaluate them? How to appreciate them? The best way is to meet these poets in their poems. The best is to meet these poets in their poems. What are these poems? The cool speckled shells in which one hears a sad but a distant sea. You may have heard of the shells, speckled shell, because that there are marks on these shells that are generally extracted from the ocean. The shells, the covered shells, and they're marked from the outside. So speckled shell, that means the marked shells, in which their poems are like the speckled shells, which are always these speckled shells may appear insensitive, but in which one hears. There's a myth that one can hear the voices or the sound of an ocean when somebody brings these shells very near to his ears, one can hear the sound of an ocean, a sad but a distant sea. One can hear this distant, that means they are actually like the speckled shells, in which there one can hear a sad but a distant sea. They are, in their poetry, it's a sea. Their poetry is like a sea. Their poems are like the speckled shells in which one can hear a sea. So I hope all of you understood this. I will be back to you tomorrow, inshallah, to do the exercise on this poem by Yunus D'Souza. Till then, Khuda Hafiz.